Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today, one take and uncut. So to kick things off, we have shared by Philip XRP and right here. So Ripple, IOV, Internet of Value, Vision. And I really like this tweet. Wanted to start it off with this. We have a remittance on demand liquidity live. Yes, obviously it's at a very low scale right now, waiting for regulations, waiting for LPs, liquidity providers, and market makers to develop over time. Could they flip the switch? Yeah, absolutely, if they do have everything in place. But again, why would they let everyday people know that? Next, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Of course, there's been tons of clues. Several countries at this point, about 18 nations on the low end, to my estimate, that are actually going live and implementing some form. And it's a lot of people's predictions, including people like Brad Garlinghouse, that at least one or two countries will go fully digital, 100% that fiat to digital currency transformation this year in 2020. Whether that's, a country like Argentina that suffers a lot from inflation, we will see. But obviously, this should not be a surprise to you guys. This is not speculation. CBDCs have been tested for the past 3 years, and they will be here. Now, the question is, will XRP be the interoperability protocol to be that bridge asset? That is what we want, but we cannot guarantee anything. But if we can get a point of that market share via ILP, we're all going to be very, very happy. All right, banks, on-demand liquidity, ready? Live soon, okay? And then digital derivatives, plenty of clues. Obviously, Ripple has full-time engineers with the acquisition of Logos as well. Series C funding now. Hopefully, they're going to be doing another full-court press. So we will see what the company does themselves to expand the XRP ecosystem. Keep in mind, they make it known they cannot speculate on price because obviously they do not want XRP to look like a security. They've been working with regulators for years, and obviously they've all made it known, including David Schwartz, one of the original architects of the XRP ledger, that yes, they want a high XRP price. It would benefit the company as well. Next, digital securities, live. Micropayments, live. I'm excited. I know Ashish Burla has also talked about micro lending, that whole concept in these nations in Southeast Asia where you can get, a $10 or $20 loan in real time. That could be a game changer for a lot of people. Music, of course, we have huge groups. We got X Songs as well. Craig DeWitt talking about that in development. It's fun to look around. I've been playing with that website. We got gaming. We know Forte. We know Spring with their initiatives of $500 million going to develop on the XRP ecosystem. I cannot name other assets that are doing the same thing with this amount of capital. Granted, everybody and all you newcomers, you guys look at the price, you say a comment, XRP is the worst performer in 2019, blah, blah, blah. I'm not listening to that, guys. I am a maverick. I want to go against the grain. When all of you are doing one thing, I'm going to be doing the opposite because in my opinion, that's where the money is, and I'm willing to lose everything I invest because I am just, following the fundamentals here, and I'm trying to follow the parallels that we have seen in the .com bubble as well. Next, R3. We know XRP integration. Yes, it's ready. Well known. Hyperledger, XRP, ready. XRP and Ethereum. If Ethereum can, make this transition for proof of stake, enhance their scalability issues, there could be a lot of upside, but they will be tested this year to see if they can get their project into gear. Next, Cryptopolis just sharing this. So no one hires when they're not successful. Zero doubt XRP is the one. As you guys can see here, this is XRP Tony like to sound. And basically Ripple begins 2020 with 49 job openings in these corridors that of course they're expanding on. We got US, UK, big surprise, but again, Brazil, of course, they'll be ramping up ODL. We got Japan, we got Singapore, various areas all throughout the globe. And of course, even Dubai and India. India is one that I'm very excited for. As you guys know, the Federal Reserve of India, we know a bunch of banks are in the pipeline as well. Next, Stephen Bull from the DIP. I'm going to be really light on this. I just want to talk about, obviously, all these groups and blockchain groups in Japan are also making the transition, and they're calling them crypto assets, not cryptocurrencies. They're priming the masses to sell products to them and get utility. It's all about extracting money. This is what they're doing. Banks make money. All right, next, Stephen Diep again. Pay attention to the keywords. This is, again, Chris Larson, Ripple chairman, executive chairman, and he was really one of the guys that really got Ripple going from the start. And he's just talking here, obviously, keywords talking about Japan. They're critically important for, the market for obvious reasons in the remittance space, for, being a global reserve currency, whatever you guys want to believe. I'll stay away from the conspiracy stuff for you guys that haven't done your research because you'll get upset that it's a conspiracy and you're upset that I'm speculating on a speculative investment. But yeah, I'm sure you know more than me as well. So 3 of the largest banks already in the world in Japan are working with Ripple. Japan, right here, is essential to this mix to finalize globalization. This is an older video clip, still relevant today. keep your eyes on the prize. Next, Roses on the Moon sharing this. This is Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, discussing this was a few months ago. And again, we can bring these technologies to bear in a regulated world to solve real problems that can improve the economy. This is measured in the trillions of dollars in terms of an economic problem, guys. Keep that in mind. If this investment is successful, when these laws come into place, a lot of them are now in place in 2020. Banks can custody digital assets in certain areas. Hedge funds can custody and invest into digital assets, crypto assets. Read between the lines. We will see what's coming. And again, January 14th, I believe the repo lending is set to stop unless they extend it. Expect something that could be related to the global market. I'm not saying XRP. I'm just saying as a whole, watch gold. Watch gold's performance. All right. And then also interesting here. Let me see. XRP Neo, you're going to think I'm dodging the question. I swear I'm not. We have regulation. This is Brad Garlinghouse again at the Economic Club of New York. In some ways, we are the plumbers. Notice in this video, he goes, we are the plumbers, updating plumbing infrastructure for payments, blah, 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 blah. The parallels. He said this way before even, SEC Chairman Jay Clayton stated right after in December, the payment plumbing is here. The new plumbing is here. He cannot name any company or product in particular, but the digital currency will be used. I honestly don't know if you guys, don't see it or you don't realize that there is a good chance that XRP could be included or even via the Interledger protocol for success. XRP doesn't have to bridge all central bank digital currencies, but the fact that it was one of the original on-demand liquidity solutions puts it in a very, very good place. It has that organic liquidity to succeed in the Fed or whatever they do, FedCoin, any of that crap. They still are not going to be ahead of the XRP ecosystem. So at this point, it's much easier just to adopt rather than put even more money in to create. Governments do not create or innovate. They just adopt and license. All right. Remember, with these payments, though, everybody thinks with digital currencies back in the day, they wanted this propaganda of, Bitcoin and all of this to be associated with crime and the Silk Road and smuggling. And yes, that exists. But the FBI can track Bitcoin transactions effortlessly. There's also bad actors with USD, the US dollar, and other forms of fiat that are even harder to track. So keep that in mind, guys, and always question, who are you really serving when you're listening? When you're listening to me, question my motives as well. Me, to be transparent, I am well invested into XRP. I am biased, but I do a lot of research. I've seen some bad, I've seen some good, and the good outweighs the bad every time. The only bad that I'm seeing is this boring price manipulation and suppression. That is what I'm tired of, but it's simply a matter of time. Right here, XRP was labeled a virtual currency back in 2015 by FinCEN, so what are we waiting for? And now Neo's belief? For the banks to be legally allowed to hold digital assets. That seems to be coming. And it is, obviously, of 2020, waiting for, to see something in terms of price movement. Keep in mind, my previous video, I do talk about June 2020 as being a pivotal moment. All right, and then lastly, just to finish off on this, SAP, we know them, guys, and no surprise, we know there's been various POCs, proof of concepts, with SAP and Ripple. So we can see here, overseas payments, cross-border transactions, not domestic. This is where we'll remove friction, is internationally cross-border. 20 seconds instead of 3 days. And yes, this is actual settlement. This is just not some fancy payment messaging protocol. This is actual settlement on the core ledger. Okay, as you can see here, even down on the left, SAP, or SAP, payment engine integration with distributed ledger technology-based Ripple network via SAP Cloud Platform. You guys feel free to just pause it if you want to look at this. But again, I recommend you to get a Twitter, follow me. I will retweet everything that I cover in videos as well. All right. So with that, guys, just wanted to keep that short and sweet. Hopefully I didn't talk your ear off, but all I'm saying is stay focused. Big things are coming. It is always darkest before the dawn. If I was going to launch a massive price or, massive product via XRP and connect actual, banks or, help with the correspondent banking network, I would suppress the price. And then before I go, I would drop the price substantially, try to kill some order books and get people to sell, and then maybe go back to all-time highs, see how many people sell, and then boom, it is moon time. Now, that is just my opinion. That is one way this could play out. Could it be slow and steady? Yes. But for me, I am an XRP bull. Do not be fooled. And again, we're here. I'm just sitting on my hands and waiting for all of this to unfold, and I couldn't be more excited. With that, guys, I appreciate everybody that likes, shares, subscribes, and I will see you in the next video.